When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, one of the satellite countries that gained its independence was Ukraine. It is the second largest country in Europe and has a very interesting and challenging past, yet a promising future. Even though they've been affected by the recession, they remain an important player in the global economy. For example, they are listed as the third largest grain exporter in the world. Things seem to be looking up as they transition to a market economy and now have the religious freedom they were denied for so many years. In the eastern part of the country, just about an hour's drive from Poland, you'll find the beautiful city of Lviv with its cobblestone streets, towering cathedrals, and old-world architecture. Not too far from the charming city center, there's the New Life Church. This became ground zero for 33 EV-free team members who went there to help enlarge the kingdom for Christ. We teamed up with several wonderful missionaries who are part of a strategic organization called Josiah Venture that is working to reach out to the youth of Eastern Europe. We learned that the ministry is named after the Old Testament King Josiah. The son and grandson of wicked kings, Josiah began ruling Judah at age 8. By 16 had begun to seek God. At 20 purged Judah of its idols, and at age 26 purified the land, began repairing the temple, and had the book of the covenant read to all the people, bringing revival to the whole land. Josiah Venture is youth reaching youth with the gospel, bringing revival one life at a time. The American missionaries, Ben and Christy Williams, who have worked out of the New Life Church the past 5 years, were tailor-made for this endeavor. Great with the language, well-organized, good teachers, and committed to discipleship, they are engaging with the people they work with. They probably knew all of our names by the second day. We also had the honor of working with some amazing national staff, Siavo, who is New Life's lay youth pastor, and Tomas and Miriam Schimmel, who work out of Christ Fellowship Church. What were they going to have us do while we were there? Well, Josiah Venture seeks to accomplish their goal of reaching out to the youth around them by organizing English clubs in school, doing prison outreach, running week-long English camps, holding VBS, and just spending time with the kids. We were there not only to help in these pursuits, but to get the kids to come in the first place. You see, among the Ukrainian youth, the popularity of the American culture and the desire to learn conversational English is quite remarkable. So the way they get them to come to these different activities is to simply let it be known that American kids will be there. And guess what? They come. We were told that without the Americans being present, they couldn't make all this happen. Even though they have a lot of great Ukrainian leadership, that just isn't enough to pull off all these summer outreaches. However, that did put a lot of pressure on our team to meet the demands and expectations placed upon all of us as leaders in these different activities. Well, our team did a fantastic job. During our 3.5-week stay, we were kept very busy. We sent a team to a local public school for English clubs, where we played word games, worked on grammar, sang Christian songs, played outdoors, and just had fun with the kids. Many of those students later came to our English camp. We also visited a youth prison where testimonies were given, songs were sung, games were played, and kids were just loved on. We were involved in several church services and played a part in the Euro Cup outreaches. We did 2 full VBS programs for local churches and even found time to squeeze in some construction at our host church. Finally, we helped run 2 simultaneous week-long English camps where our students, who roomed with Ukrainian campers, spent the morning teaching English classes, helped run the afternoon game times, and were involved in the evening services by giving testimonies and leading worship. We even sat in on the nighttime small groups, praying while the discussions were all in Ukrainian, then often headed up the late-night activities such as Find the American or the Beach Bash Dance. The in-between times were spent getting to know the Ukrainian campers. Our team worked hard and put in some very long days, but the Ukrainians were responsive in all we did, which made it well worth the effort. In a country where most of the population thinks they are already Christians, we tried hard to communicate the difference between religion and having a personal relationship with Christ. One of our biggest roles was being bridge builders to the Ukrainian believers who will continue to build relationships with these great kids that we impacted. Our students, too, have continued many of these relationships through social media and Skype. The bonds that were formed in this relatively short period of time were incredible. The scene as we departed the airport was heart-achingly beautiful, as about 60 of our new Ukrainian friends showed up to see us off. It was so affirming and obvious that genuine bonds were built, and we will continue to pray that Jesus will become part of the lives of these kids we have come to love. We are so very thankful for those who have faithfully prayed for us and who generously gave financially. God used your support in mighty ways, and we believe that though we are in an economic recession, this is an investment that will yield big dividends for years to come.